from Prince George Weight Loss and Wellness. I've got Coach Ashley and Coach Christine with me today, and we're going to share some recipe ideas with you for making some appetizers for if you have to go to that social situation, that potluck at work. We're going to have some great appetizers for when you're having friends and family over on game day. We're going to be starting today with 3 different appetizers. I will be making for you some turkey and chicken meatballs that have some very nice vegetables hidden in them. Ashley is going to be making her favorite dill pickle recipe, fried dill pickles, and Coach Christine is going to be making a bruschetta flatbread for you. To get things started, Ashley, why don't you tell us what you're going to do with your pickles?
Hey, so today I'm going to make for you an ideal protein version of deep fried dill pickles. So first of all, you're gonna grab your favorite pickles. I like the Bix garlic, and I'm gonna cut them into quarters. And then we're gonna mix up some egg and just dip them in some crushed up dill flavored zippers.
So ideal protein dill zippers that we can use as a restricted snack, and you're using them to coat your dill pickles.
Yes.
Excellent.
And then dredge the flour off and repeat.
And why the Bix dill pickles?
They're just my favorite.
Okay.
0 sugar, 0 carbs.
So then that's what we're watching for in the ingredients list,
Yes,
right? No
exactly.
added sugar. You're gonna find that sometimes when we are choosing things like tomatoes, they're going to have carbohydrates in them because tomatoes naturally have carbohydrates. But we're looking at the ingredients list for no added sugars. And we're using the air fryer today, Ashley?
Yes, we are. They're gonna go in there for about 20 minutes until they're golden brown.
Okay. And it doesn't necessarily have to be this particular brand of air fryer. Any air fryer really works for this, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you can also try them in the oven, but I find the air fryer gives them a better crisp.
Yeah, I find that too. That looks good. Okay, well, while you're finishing up on that, I'm gonna touch base on what I've done with the ground turkey and ground chicken. So I have prepped some vegetables ahead of time. Today I chose some green onions, some spinach, and some mushrooms. Kale is also a really great option. I'm going to start with some ground turkey and some ground chicken. I cracked 1 egg. I also used the Ideal Protein herb and garlic crisps as a binding agent. I used about 1 pound of turkey, and I eyeball it. It's not a particular exact measurement. This is easy to do for your family. This is easy to do to take places, and the base recipe is a good one for adding any kind of flavored sauce to it. I ground that, or I mashed that all up with the ground herb and garlic crisps, and then started frying them just to pre-cook them in the frying pan here. So we're going to cook those through until they are no longer pink on the inside, and then we are going to either put them into a crock pot or we're going to coat them with a flavor of our choice. Today I've got the barbecue sauce with me. I also have the Ideal Protein Asian sesame dressing. That's a really nice, slightly spicy, slightly sweet Asian flavored dressing. Coach Christine, why don't you tell us a little bit about the bruschetta flatbread recipe that you're making?
So the bruschetta itself, it takes the tomatoes, the recipe I actually got from Geneva's cookbook. And I'm a recipe follower, so this particular recipe takes the balsamic dressing, which we've reduced. So originally it comes in this bottle, and we take the proper measurement, which is 1/2 cup, and we reduce it, cook it on the stove, and it gets nice and thick. So that's what will be on top of our bruschetta once we've got all the vegetables put on that flatbread. So in there we will have our aroma tomatoes. We're going to have the chopped basil and some garlic, salt and pepper, and of course some olive oil. So we're going to mix that all up eventually here, and we're going to drizzle the balsamic on the very top. But the first thing that I'm going to do is actually get the flatbread going. So in the flatbread, we actually have the potato puree, which is actually quite versatile. You can make some crackers with it, or do the flatbreads. It's got a nice variety.
Yeah, a number of different, like a potato waffle, a potato bun that works really good for making a sandwich as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've done, there's coriander in here, some red pepper flakes in here, a little bit of salt. We use the ideal salt to make sure we're getting the appropriate amount of potassium. And we're going to use some oregano. And then we're going to mix this all up with the olive oil and water. So it will get a little bit difficult to stir at first, but once it's all mixed in together, then we're going to put it on some parchment paper on a cookie sheet, flatten it out, and bake it, just as the instructions say in the book.
Excellent. So once you've got that the right consistency, it's just a matter of spreading it out with your spoon on the parchment, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Parchment is the best to work with when you're doing some of these recipes,
Yeah.
quite simply because then nothing sticks to the pan.
Yeah, easy to peel off. A lot of the cracker recipes, a lot of the little bread recipes call for a nice thick dough to start with, and then easy to come off with the parchment paper when we're done. So I'm just turning my turkey meatballs while you continue to put that out. Ashley, are your pickles dredged and ready to go into the air fryer?
My pickles are ready, so before I put them in, I'm just gonna take a little bit more dill seasoning.
Nice.
Just to give that little extra flavor, just a little bit on top.
So we've got dill with some dill and a little bit of
Yeah,
dill. Nice.
I like dill. And then make sure we get our daily intake of our salt. Not all of it, but we're gonna put a little bit of the ideal protein salt on top too.
So as many of you are aware, we're trying to get 1/4 teaspoon of the ideal protein salt in our day at some point. So Ashley's just using a little bit extra here. So we've got the air fryer ready to go. She's got the basket set in there. My air fryer, I don't have a basket. I just put it right down in the bottom without the paddle, and it works really well.
I'm just gonna lay them in the air fryer. Try not to overlap them so they all get crispy all the way around.
And they're not moving around, so they're not gonna knock the coating off, right? Yeah.
Once these are all in the basket, turn it on, and it should take about roughly 20 minutes, but just keep an eye on it.
I've done it where I slice my pickles lengthwise, and they don't take quite as long as when you've got your wedges. So yeah, you just keep an eye on it, and they're done when they're golden brown.
Okay. Just close the lid for about 20 minutes, and then turn it on.
Good, and we'll let those go.
This is the mix for the bruschetta bread, and we're going to put it in the oven at 350 for anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. It really depends on how glazed or brown it gets. So we'll put that in the oven, and we'll watch that.
So as these meatballs get closer to being finished, we're just going to start to mix up one glaze option. We're going to put a couple of tablespoons of the balsamic vinaigrette and a couple of tablespoons of the Dijon mustard together. This is a really nice glaze, even if you're making a pork loin roast or you're looking for something that's just a little bit different for your stir fry. So Ashley's got the classic balsamic vinaigrette by Ideal Protein and some Dijon mustard. We're just looking for Dijon mustard that again has no added sugar, has 0 carbs added to it. So Ashley's mixing that glaze up. That's going to be a very easy pour over. That will be a very easy cooking sauce if we wanted to put it right into the pan. Or we have the Ideal Protein Oriental Sesame Sauce that's already mixed. It's more of a soy sauce, garlic, ginger, a little bit of lemon flavor to it, and a little bit of red pepper flake. It's a nice thick sauce, so it's great for stir fries, great for chicken glaze, or going over the pork loin as well. So as these are finishing up, we are going to decide how we want to prepare these for our friends. It's very easy to put them into a crock pot with some of these glazes or these dressings on them and just sit there and warm all afternoon while the game is on, or easy to take to a potluck type of function as well. Remember, when you're choosing your barbecue sauce, you also are looking for something that has 0 fat, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. When you hear somebody say it's 0, 0, 0, that's what they mean. All right, so we've plated our meatballs to show you that they're ready to enjoy with a salad. They're ready to be glazed and served at a potluck, or they are ready to be put in the crock pot maybe for the big game in the afternoon. These meatballs are lean and delicious. Christine has her flatbread has come out of the oven, and she's dressing it with her fresh salsa bruschetta topping.
It smells delicious. Everything in here smells really good.
Yeah, there's some garlic and some olive oil, tomatoes. It smells delicious.
Put as much as you want, decorate that plate, make it look as presentable as possible. It tastes better when it's like that.
And I think everyone's favorite, that balsamic reduction.
So this I might have a hard time putting just a little bit because I have a tendency to like the flavor.
Oh yeah, look at how thick and rich that is.
It'll add a nice flavor to that bruschetta.
That would make a really nice lunch snack as well, because it has your ideal protein for lunch as well as your vegetables on it. And then Ashley has some beautifully golden brown dill pickle snacks over here. How are you going to present those, Ashley, typically?
Well, I personally just like them the way they are, but you could serve them with your favorite Walden Farms dressing, like the Chipotle Ranch would be nice, or the ranch even.
Yeah.
Or taking the amazing mayo and adding maybe some Epicure seasonings, because Epicures, most of them are carb-free. Mixing that together and just serving as is. They're so crispy.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah,
Oh,
those look
awesome.
fantastic. So I hope you've enjoyed what we've done for you today. A couple of good appetizer ideas. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Maybe try one of these recipes. We're going to post them for you. I'll make them available for you to have a copy of them. Take a picture and send it to us when you make one of these recipes. Maybe we'll feature that on our Instagram page. We hope you've enjoyed this and it's been helpful to you, and good luck as you continue on your ideal protein journey.